Alrighty guys, back as promised. Alright, so this is going to be very quick. Because like I said, we are not going to do the whole entire purse. I'm just going to do enough where you can get the idea. So I have my pinches down as you can see, and this is holding the fabric in place, the lining. So I'm going to start by putting my needle as close to the lining right here, the threading lining right there, the crease. Okay, and I did start off with a pretty big I think I got lotion on my hands, with a pretty big thread, because I don't like to have to start over. All right, so I'm gonna let it go almost to all the way to the edge. Like I said, start off with pretty big thread. So all right, I'm gonna get almost to there. I am just going to secure my knots. Do long, your thread as long as mine, you do have to definitely be careful that you don't cause any knots in your threading. All right, so now I got it back fixed. I'm going to take that little knot here and I'm going to just weave back through it real quick. So I'm going to go through here and I'm just going to put my needle in between the thread. Okay, so my knot will not go through the fabric. It will stay secure. All right, and then pull it through. Like I said, I got lotion on my fingers. Wrong thing to do. It's got me struggling. I should have brought my little pliers. All right, maybe I should grab that real quick. One sec. All right, got it through with my little pliers here. So now I'm gonna pull it through and go ahead and let it secure itself. Being careful not to let it tangle. And if I do see it, I just fix it. It's a little bit harder with the lining than thread because it will bunch up a lot, but that's okay because I'm used to it. There we go. There we go. Same thing when you're working with a lot and you're doing the line, you're weaving your purse. You're using a lot of the lining. Just got to make sure. All right, now it's nice and secure. I know that will not come out. So now to start weaving it through the beads. Starting this one, I'm going to go through this bead right here. Okay. Make sure it doesn't bunch up like it's trying to do there. And don't rush through it, take your time. All right, bam, and it's through there. Okay, see how it pulled close the lining to it very nicely. Now you're gonna put your needle through that part right there, okay? Try to straighten out your thread before you go through. All right, now I'm going through close to this bead as possible. There we go. And I'm going to use my fingers just to make sure when I'm pulling the thread through, it will not tangle. Okay, there we go. Now when I weave back through that side, I'm going to weave back through a little bit closer to the other bead right here. So go back through that side we came through, pull it back through. Okay, so I'm pulling it through. I'm going to keep my finger here just because, like I said before, try to help it to stay untangled as possible. Okay, hopefully you guys are seeing this okay. I'm not that tall, so I can't see into the camera as I'm working. All right, straighten out this lining once again, and I'm gonna go in through this bead, through the next bead, okay? All right, perfecto. All right, and now we're gonna go in close to this bead that we just pulled through. Give myself a time check, can't be back late going to work. All right, just straighten out my lining. So now I'm coming back through, and make sure you're keeping the cloth as even and level to the top of the beads as possible, okay? And this is how you're going to pretty much do it, going through all sides until you come back to here. And you're gonna close it up with the same knot, the same way we did the knot when we started it, so that you know it's nice and secure. All right, pulling that back through there. Okay, nice and close, tight. Now go back through again. Okay. Going close to this side of this bead because I'm going to thread it through that bead. Okay. There we go. Put my finger here just to keep the lining from tangling. You see it's getting caught around the pincha, but that's okay because we'll be removing that pincha as we go along. These are just to help keep the lining in place as you work. And so far as you're going, you can see how neat that is. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, pull it through the next close bead. Or I'm sorry, yeah, right here. To the next one. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and pull that. Oops, forgot to put my finger so it doesn't bunch up. Definitely want to remember to do that. Okay, there we go. Back up, back up. Right, all right, there we go. Pull it all together now. There we go. And you're going to proceed to do this all the way around your bag. So let's do one more. Close through here, very close to this bead as possible that you just wove through. Okay, pull a needle out on this side. Remember to keep your fingers in between your threads so that it doesn't bunch up. Okay, oh, there we go. Lost my little, there we go. All right, coming through. Oh, and see I got a kink right there, but I see where it started, so it'll be easy to get it out. There we go. The more you're used to working with this type of threading, the easier it's gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna go through again, very close to that one and close to the bead that we're gonna pull through. The pincha I'll remove now. Now actually move it down a little bit. There. Okay, going in as close to this one as possible, making sure I'm staying on the same length with the lining. Okay, pulling it all the way through. Okay, and then you're gonna put it through that bead, right? The next one right here, you just pull through that lining. There we go. Okay, and this is how you're gonna go about doing the whole entire lining of the purse until you are done. All right, so the whole thing we're not gonna do on camera. Like I said, it's gonna take too long to do that, and you're gonna need time to make sure your linings don't kink up. So there we go. You see how it keeps trying to, but keep a finger in between and pull. All right, and look how pretty that looks so far. So that's what you're gonna do, guys, all the way around the purse. until you come back to your point. Okay, you're gonna weave that way. See how it looks? It's nice. You can't see your lining anywhere, and it's tough and it's durable, so it will last with your bag. All right, guys, I'm going to do the rest off camera, then I'll be back. All right, guys, now that we are done sewing in our lining to eye purse, it should look like this. All right, should have smooth, clean edges that are even with your beads. Your lining should not be overlapping or anything like that. It should be smooth along the edges with your beads. You can, if you want to, you can go ahead and sew in your edges on the inside here, on the corners here, on the corners here. Here, you can also do the bottom and sew in all the way if you want to. I do it sometimes. I don't do it all the time. I honestly prefer not to, because I like to pull out my lining and sakura it if I need to, or dust it off if I need to, and put it back in. So that's another reason I don't like to secure all of it with a lining everywhere. But that's up to you if you want to do it or not. All right, the next part of this purse that I'm going to do is make my handles to go on this purse, because it's not going to have a flap to close this. This is actually going to be almost like a tote, so I'm going to have a handle here and a handle here. I'm also going to close this off here and here to put in my D-rings, so that if this wants to be carried another way, it can be carried another way. Now, if you would like to know how to do a handle to this purse, just let me know, and I will make a tutorial video for that and show you how to make a handle and how to attach the handle to the purse if you need to. All right, guys, happy Tuesday. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed learning this little tutorial. It was quick and fast. It's not really that hard to do your lining in there. Just remember to get the correct threading. All right, guys, have a great day.